Good morning, everybody. Brooke with Mrs. Cog Hill Farm. Boy, have I missed y'all. It feels like it's been a minute since I've done a video. It actually feels like it's been longer than it has, but I am happy to be back, and I hope that you guys are happy I'm back too. Got kitty cats running around in the barn this morning. Sylvester met me at the barn door, letting me know that his food was not empty, but it needed to be topped off. And I just saw Bramble. Come here, Bramble. Bramble went by. He's going to come pay us a visit, I'm sure. And all the animals are letting me know it's time to be fed this morning. You may catch a glimpse of our new farm help, Noah. He's a young man that's not even 16 yet, so he has a family member come drop him off bright and early in the morning. I'll show y'all a glimpse. Hopefully you can see him over there. He weed eats and does whatever we tell him to do. And Jason, as well as myself, have both told you guys that Caden needed something that was more of a full-time job. So Caden has moved on to something that is a 7 to 5 job. And Mr. Noah's filling in nicely. So I did ask Noah if it was okay if I showed him. And if we see him, we'll introduce him. So got to get some animals fed. I hear different breeds of animals letting me know that they're hungry. We did a little something different before we went on our vacation, I should say. We had Mackenzie from Chestnut Hills come over and take care of our animals while we were gone. Of course, we had Catherine on backup, and then we had Clack from the Clack Shack that could help out if needed, but Mackenzie handled everything perfectly. So y'all just know that young girl, she can do it, let me tell you. I had no doubt about it, but we wanted to make things as easy as possible for her to feed, so we started transitioning to feeding everybody in the morning. It's actually been kind of crazy. You know, the reason we started all this morning and evening feeding was because the goats go up in their stall at night, and that's when we fed them. That's how we trained them to go up. Well, they know the stall is where they sleep now, so we have everybody down to a 1 time a day feeding, and that is in the morning. Of course, in the evening we come and we shut everybody up and we make sure that things are taken care of. But I tell you what, it has been such a blessing to have transitioned to that 1 time a day feed. Animals don't know any different because it was different breeds of animals that were eating at different times. The emus ate in the evening, not in the morning. The goats ate in the evening, not in the morning. The pigs ate in the morning, but not in the evening. So we just transitioned everybody on the same time clock. Pocket is the only one that was eating twice a day, which we had already transitioned her to 1 time a day. She's out there on green grass all day. And of course she gets a little supplemental hay and didn't eat her second helping of feeding anyway. So Pocket is good with eating 1 time a day, and everybody gets put up just like they always have. Wow, it's really good, really good. And first up this morning happens to be Miss Peaches. Y'all, I tell you, we had mixed feelings about whether her meloxicam had helped her enough to call it, I don't want to say cured, but better to, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Jason and I had mixed feelings whether the meloxicam was enough. So we had planned on having Dr. D come over and do a recheck when we got back because she was just still a little slow moving. But yesterday I told Jason I feel like she has turned the corner. In the past, she has been eating laying down, not putting weight on that left front leg. But I know, baby, I know, I'm coming. Pocket said, just stop talking, it's time to eat. I pulled Pocket's hair up yesterday and you can see she just about needs a redo. All right, baby, there you go. Pocket's ready for breakfast, but Miss Peaches, I do believe, is a lot better. When I see her standing up to eat, that gives me an indication that something's changed. And she was already starting to kind of favor that leg before she had her hoof trimmed. That's the reason we had her hooves trimmed. But after she got her hooves trimmed, it seemed like it was a lot worse. Nothing that Derek did. It's just, you know, she may have been a little tender-footed, and Dr. D even agreed with that. So that would add up to the fact that she's taken some time to get better. Now you see it's that left front. She's holding it up a little bit, but much, much improved. Good morning, cows. I see Matilda's hanging out in the pasture back there while the rest of those four, well, they know what time it is. Matilda, she just prefers the green grass. Let's get Miss Loretta to quiet up. All right, girl, you enjoy your breakfast. I just happened to have picked up a watermelon yesterday, and that means there's going to be some leftovers. So maybe later on in the heat of the day, you might get yourself a little treat. Only if you'll share with your friends. So next up is Opie and Ernest T. And every single feeding, they act like they haven't eaten in a year. This is just typical emu behavior. Nugget does the same thing. I don't know what makes them act like that, but that's just the way they are. Enjoy your breakfast, boys. And Opie, you can see on Ernest T's neck, the white one, he's got a little superficial wound. It's a little scratch there. Who knows how that got there? But I did check it out, and it's nothing to be worried about, but it does make me wonder what in the world he did to get that. Yeah, I knew that you were around here somewhere. Good morning, girl. How are you? Huh? You just wanting to love? You wanting to scrape all over me and... Oh, I'm not finished feeding. I just had to stop and give Kitty some love. And here comes Bramble. He's coming over the top of the Pocket's stall and Peach's stall. Don't know what he's planning to do, but he's probably up to no good. He's the dominant cat, that's for sure. All right, now for goats. We still have 3 goats that come in here. Curtis, Red, and Laura. And it amazes me how only these 3 come in. And I thought Mackenzie was going to have a hard time trying to get these 3 in and the other ones to stay out. But it works out. They know to come in. Everybody else gets fed out here. I'll be right back. All right. And these 3 have really turned the corner. Y'all know that there was a period of time there when I was not happy with the way any of these 3 looked. And they were getting the same amount of food as everybody else. But we saw that they were, even though there were 4 troughs outside for 9 goats, which is plenty of space, they were not eating as fast as the others. And this is little Laura over here on this side. This is Curtis on the left side, and Red's in the middle. And they have really started to take on that Nubian look, and they're not the scrawny goats that I was concerned about anymore. Honey said, it's my turn, Jessie's too, and this is no different either. They ate 2 times a day. Well, no, they ate in the evening, and so we just transitioned this crew to morning. And you can see, here they come, Honey and Jessie. Uh-oh, we got to empty water out. We had a little rain last night. Glad I looked at that before I poured the entire amount. All right, Honey, be patient, baby. I have to pour the water out. There we go. Now, some for you, and of course, some for Miss Jessie. So when I got back, the hay, the spent hay that was under the goat cradle and also under the cow cradle was starting to decompose, and I could see that everywhere that hay was, grass was growing. This area has never really grown grass, and part of the reason is it's a big traffic area. Honey always paws when she eats. And secondly is it was red clay from the building of the barn. And so I got some of the piled up hay and I brought it over here to this area that was red dirt, and I guarantee you we're going to see some grass to start to grow from this area. I'm amazed at how well it's done in such a short period of time. Now, it is kind of unsightly looking, but you can see right there. I'm not coming to get you, honey. Right there, the grass is starting to grow in that decomposed hay alone. All right, I hear the trio, Curtis, Red, and Laura, telling me they are finished eating. And it's more so the fact that they want me to come back in here. I don't necessarily know that they want to go out, because when I come back in here, they stop. Y'all are quiet. You just want some company, don't you, buddy? Come here, little Laura. Come here. And they haven't even eaten all their food. Laura's consuming the rest of it. Red, you look so good, buddy. Yes, you do. Well, I got 5 cows out here waiting patiently now to be fed. Miss Mildred's leading the way. Mildred is a very wide load. They all are, but Mildred, she tops the cake with the, not size-wise, Moody's, of course, the biggest cow, but because he's a Holstein, he's still got that bony look. Mildred, being a Charolais, whoo, she's carrying on that beef look. Look how straight across her back is. I mean, it is from head to tip of her tail is completely flat, completely straight across. Characteristic of a Charolais. I'm coming, babies. And of course, Matilda gets fed separately because she has to have her Lubricin added to her feed for her joint issue with her knee. Well, Miss Pocket, did you get full? You just standing here waiting on Peaches to come out? Let's open Peaches' door up. We always keep them separated when they're eating. Oh, Peaches said she got too full and she just plopped down right here, laying on her bowl. Peaches, we got to get your bowl and wash it out, baby. Yep. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. If we feel like she's not doing as well as what we think she is right now, of course, we'll have Dr. D come back over and we'll be on to plan B. But I think she's better. I really do. All right, everybody. Y'all ready for your breakfast? I hear you, Matilda. Let's keep you down there. Come on. There we go. All right, girl. Let's get you down here. There you go. Gotta fill y'all's water up. All right. All right, Jessie, you get finished, baby? That was quick. Yes, it was. Loretta said, let me out of here. Loretta immediately goes to everybody else's stall and makes sure that they did not leave not one smidgen. Oh, you wanted some love before you took off, huh? There she goes. Just like that. Now, this part can sometimes be challenging because these three, while they want to go out, they also don't know if that's the best idea. No, sir. No, sir. Please don't knock it over. Thank you. All right. Y'all ready? Y'all want to go out today? Come on. Got one. Good, Laura. Come on out. There we go. Now let's go open up the big gate. And Topper tries to come in. So 2 days in a row we've had this problem. This lock works by, let me show you. So the way this lock works is it's like a pin with a hook on the end of it. And you have to literally put the pin in the hole and then you push the lever down, which puts pressure on it and keeps it locked. 2 days in a row. Once was with Jason, once was with myself. We came in here, goats in the stall. donkeys in the stall, Loretta in the inside stall. They don't need to be in here. It's not any cooler in here than it is right out there. We use this stall for feeding those 3 goats, and then we lock it back. Lock back every single time. Matter of fact, yesterday, I came back and I double checked to make sure, because the day before, Jason said there were goats in here. It was locked. I came yesterday evening to put everybody up. There's goats, there's donkeys, there's Loretta in the stall. All we can figure is that somebody, I'm not naming names, Loretta, is doing like this, and the latch must be coming open. Bramble, you don't have anything to do with that, do you? No, I know you don't. I know you don't. Mystery is within as to how that gate is coming unlocked. But we have a solution for that. The biggest fear is not them coming in here, but the biggest fear is them coming outside of the stall and getting in here where all the feed is and helping themselves, which could be detrimental. Which we try to, I mean, I know everybody does, but we try to go the extra mile to make sure that doesn't happen. And there's no way possible it can happen with this screw-on clip. I mean, we have feed piled up. Of course, it's in bags, but it wouldn't be anything for them to chew through a bag and help themselves. I don't have my bracelet on, and I just about forgot about the cow water. That would not have been good. So before I head out and take care of the chickens that are in the movable coop, I needed to stop in and say hi to Miss Snow White, who is doing very well, as y'all can see. Her silky friend over here has just came in from outdoors, and she has 2 very broody friends over here in the corner. Girls, I'm afraid you're sitting on absolutely nothing that's gonna hatch. Let's see. I know, but I don't want you sitting here just, y'all, you must have got these out of the woodwork, and I have a feeling that Aunt Bee's not sitting on anything. I have a feeling she's just, well, she's sitting on 2. Look at there. And I did see something when I walked in here. That is a different egg. Here, Miss Snow White is laying. So girls, I know you want to produce chicks really, really bad. Maybe I'll give you a couple of eggs just to see what happens. A couple of eggs that I know would be more of a chance of being fertile. So I'm going to head on over to the chicken bus, and we're going to see how many eggs we have. I had some baskets that I'd accumulated in the milk room, and I thought I was going to give Noah some water on the way over here, but he has disappeared. He is on to his next spot, weed eating. As we're approaching the chicken tractor, y'all just take a peek at how beautiful this scenery is. Got rows of zinnias. We've got sunflowers in the background. We've got cosmos. Then we've got the sun hemp that's starting to put on a little bit of color. And then we've got all these beautiful chickens that are just waiting for their special treat this morning. How's everybody doing? It looks like y'all are doing good, except for I came in on the wrong side, and I'm either gonna have to straddle the flowers or walk back around. Look at the pollinators. There are bees and butterflies all over these flowers, and it couldn't be a more beautiful sight to top that off. Just absolutely stunning. Beautiful sunflower that has a honeybee sitting on it, trying to collect some pollen. The heads on these flowers are so big. Bumblebee. Every flower, I do believe, has some sort of pollinator on it. And then you have the contrasting colors of the yellow and the orange with the cosmos, which is absolutely stunning as well, along with pollinators galore inside this little patch. I just decided to walk up and down the rows to get the full effect. It's just amazing. This is the sun hemp that the mama duck and the babies were hiding out in. And it was just probably 1.5 feet, 2 foot tall then. It is actually, let me show you. You can't see how big it is unless I turn the camera around and show you. But you can see the blooms starting to come on, that beautiful yellow flower. And it's just attracting pollinators, birds. Gonna do its job as a cover crop and put nitrogen back into the soil and look pretty while it's doing it. The girl said, would you please quit talking and come give us some treats? I'm coming, girls, I'm coming. Tommy said, let me talk about it. Let me tell you about this special treat that we get here in the chicken coop area. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna try to spread y'all out in some shade this morning. It is getting hot, hot early. Noah gets here right after daylight. That way he can be finished by lunch and miss the hottest part of the day. And I must say, I don't blame him one bit. Give y'all one more scoop under there. Geez, you want somebody? There you go. I believe this is the chicken with the 2 different color eyes. Turn this way, girl. I see you. You're beautiful. Yep, that's her. She has 2 different color eyes. And she's absolutely stunning. And she can't decide if she's going to go back in and lay an egg or if she's done. And y'all, thanks to hen gear, our egg problem has completely ceased. We have no more eaten eggs because this bottom is like an indoor-outdoor carpet mat. I could not have done that with the other nesting box because the lip would have been higher here than where the eggs were up here. There was no way to fix that. So I appreciate them sending us these nesting boxes that fix the problem. All right, 6. Got 8. Let's see, girl. Coming on down. There you go. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 16. Close this one back. All right, girls, y'all can go in the one beside me. Go down. Oh, it's okay. She's not messing with you. 17, 18, 20, 22. Not nearly as good as yesterday, but we'll take it. I think yesterday I had 33. Y'all can see the little salmon favor rolls are growing up. They, to me, are one of the most beautiful chickens. They're little tufts. I know, girl, you gotta lay an egg. They're little tufts that come out the side of their face. They're so precious. And their feathered feet on top of that. So 5 of these girls still in the grow out area. They'll continue to be there till I feel like they're big enough to mingle with the rest. But they still are making little chick sounds. You can hear they're juvenile chick sounds, but they're growing up. They really are. Beautifully. I got the eggs to the milk room. Pringles, I'm trying to talk, girl. And decided to take a stop over here because there was something I wanted to share with you guys. Nugget, you want to tell them or you want me to? So when the baby mallards were born, they were in the sun hemp. And I didn't continue to update about the tree that the female mallard was sitting in because I came over one day and all the eggs were completely gone. So I just assumed that something had gotten the eggs. Y'all know this area is not the best. It has not been successful for geese to lay eggs because something gets them. It's probably a raccoon, maybe even a possum. But I came over and looked in the tree cavity. There was nothing in there. My thoughts were something got the eggs. I didn't even share it because it was nothing there. It was nothing worth sharing. So we got back from our trip and I was cutting grass over in this area, the pond area. And you can see that all the grass has been trimmed down. And as I'm driving the lawnmower back out of here, I decided to come over and take a peek in the tree. Huh, look at here. Well, this is interesting because there was a female mallard sitting in this tree. So I decided to come show y'all her sitting in the tree, and you can see there's some eggshells in there, but there's nothing in them. So I don't know if those babies that were in the sun hemp hatched out of this tree. We never knew where those babies came from, where she was nesting. But I do know that there was a female sitting in this tree just the other day, and there's some eggs that have no contents in them right now, just some shells. So I thought I was going to show y'all that a female was sitting again, and how when it rains it pours, because we now have quite a few babies that have been successful, which is what we wanted. I hatched out 5 mallards, and then the mama successfully hatched out 7. So we have 12 juvenile now mallards, and then she was sitting. Well, she's not sitting. So what got them? I don't know. Did they hatch? I don't know. I don't know where she went. I don't know which one she was, because I have 2 different females, and I know one is with the babies. So I kind of think that further confirms my suspicion that something did get those eggs in the tree cavity, and that mama and the babies that recently hatched, the 7 babies, they hatched somewhere besides this tree. Because I think I would have seen eggshells, I would have seen some kind of evidence that those babies had came out of the tree. None whatsoever. The eggs were completely missing. Different than this time. This time it makes me wonder, you know, a possum would probably eat the inside of the egg and leave the shell, but I don't know. And this may have been the one that was sitting. I don't know for sure. There's a female right here that's in front, and then there's 2 males behind her, and then the little call duck that's also a male. They kind of stay in one little gang together. They hang out together, and she may have very well been the one sitting. Something may have gotten her eggs. I don't see any babies, so the mystery does continue. And we will not be able to determine the sex of the babies until they molt, which should be August, September area for the 5 that I hatched. They'll molt out those old feathers, and then the new feathers will be sex determining coloration. And we will know how many of those 5 are males and how many are females. Now the 7 that have recently hatched, they will also have to molt, but it probably won't be as early as these. Well, I'll say that I'm happy to be back, and I'm happy to share with you guys our animals. I know that some of you missed them. We missed them as well. And I will continue to do videos on Thursday. That's the plan. 1 day a week for my videos, no Sunday video. Maybe I'll pop in a live here and now. Won't be anything planned, just something spontaneous. Don't know, we'll see how that goes, but I appreciate each and every one of you, and we'll continue to look in the tree and see what's possibly going on there. Y'all be good.